What's going on again tonight? This is House of Orange Baseball. This is Frank coming at you. Tennessee evens the series tonight against Alabama 10-7. It was a game that I was doing a live show earlier. If you were on for that, thank you guys so much for tuning in as we talked to Lady Vols, and then it ended up at the end turning into a little bit of a Tennessee baseball watch party as they were in that game. But Tennessee goes into the ninth inning 10-5, and I said on there, I said, should be in pretty good shape unless something goes a little crazy. Well, it got interesting. The time run was at the plate, and I'll talk about that here in a minute as I recap it. Make sure you hit the like, the share, and if you have not, hit that subscribe button as well. We got a lot of content coming this weekend with baseball. We're going to be live after the UCLA-Tennessee game tomorrow night. I'll be live Sunday after the Tennessee-Ohio State women's game as well. And hopefully we've got a couple more weeks of live shows for basketball. And then we're eventually going to work in some baseball as well. But right now, the focus for live shows is basketball, unless we have an impromptu, something like we did with baseball. We're watching the end of it tonight. But anyhow, Tennessee got out of the gates fast tonight, and they never looked back. Was a good thing on it, too. And we'll talk about the big moments for me. Tennessee got 3 runs in the first inning, 2 in the second. Alabama got 2 in the third inning. No runs in the fourth. Alabama got a run in the fifth, and that inning was a big one because Alabama had gotten 2 guys on Marcus Phillips, 2 outs. Tony Vitello pulled him at that point. Phillips was okay tonight. His ERA is 1.47, not near as good as he was last week, but he was 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks, 1 wild pitch, 2 hit pitch. So the control, not what it has been tonight, but still, he had a decent outing. He had a decent outing in terms of giving them the chance that he did tonight. But got to the 5th inning, got 2 outs. Tony Vitello pulled him out. Dylan Lloyd come in. Dylan Lloyd walked the first guy, and then with the bases loaded with 2 outs on it, Lloyd got a huge strike 3 that got him out of the inning. And that was all. Of course, Lloyd threw a couple innings last night. So he'd come in, he did his job, he got the win, he went to 4-0. And I'm going to sit here and tell you, to me, when you stack everybody up, and we've had some guys pitch really well this year, Dylan Lloyd has maybe been the best of all. He's come in some big situations, and he's still not given up a run on the whole year. And he has pitched really, really well this year. And I love the way they're using him. He's not going to blow you away with the fastball. He doesn't throw high 90s. He can throw around 90, but he's got excellent off speed and breaking stuff. And he makes some good hitters look really bad. I mean, he's really did some big things right now. That was a big moment in the game for me. 9th inning when it wrapped up, of course. Snead struggled tonight. It reminded me of a lot of Game 3 last year. This time, Vitello pulled him. He didn't pull him last year, and he left him in too long, and Tennessee lost that series. Tonight, Snead, awesome last weekend. Didn't have his stuff, and his control wasn't there. He threw 74 pitches and only 40 strikes. So he struggled a little bit with his command tonight. But still yet, got to the 9th, gave up some runs. He gave up 8 hits and 4 runs in 3 1/3 innings tonight. And Vitello went to Andrew Banky. Really, we hadn't seen him. All of a sudden, we saw him against ETSU. He got out of it. He did good. His control wasn't just on point, but he made things happen against ETSU. Rewarded him for that tonight. He come in, got the 1 out, and then they went to Tanner Franklin, and Tanner Franklin struck out Alabama's catcher to end the game. And what I thought was big on it. Now, still, I would like to see him mix it up a little bit. He's pretty much putting it there for the catcher to hit. I mean, it was pretty much there. But this dude, hits for a 364 average. Doesn't have any home runs on the season. But he's throwing fastballs. But I thought the key sequence in that was the next to last pitch. I thought it was a great little breaking ball They threw 91, a little bit high. Didn't have a problem with them calling the ball, but I loved the location of the pitch. And credit to the catcher for laying off of that, because that was I thought, I'm not saying it was a strike. It wasn't. But sometimes really good pitches are not strikes. It's about location, trying to get guys to give in on it. Hats off to the catcher for not biting. But I thought it set it up perfectly, because he come back at 97 and smoked him to end the game. And I heard it from a pretty good source that Bama was doing a lot of chirping last night after the game. So don't think there was too much of that going on tonight. Hopefully tomorrow when we get to it, they can chirp on back to their dugout tomorrow as well. As far as the lineup tonight, good to see Dean Curley get that home run late tonight. He was 2 for 4. He led off tonight with a base hit, which was big. I'm trying to think what happened after I think Abernathy walked, and then Inslee drove Curley in. Fisher then hit a base hit through the right side, scored him. And I'm trying to think I can probably find the scoring. Normally they have it on live stats. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll keep looking at it as we go. Maybe right here where it says scoring would be. Chapman reached on a fielder's choice. That's what it was. We got a break on that one, actually, because I thought it was a double play and ended up throwing it wide on it. So they got 3 runs. Then, let's see, Abernathy had an RBI single in the second inning. Inslee had another RBI single in the second inning, put Tennessee up 5-0. But I thought those 3 guys, and I'll tell you, man, since they've put Abernathy with Keelan out, Keelan's got to go back to the 2-hole. There's no way I have him anywhere unless they lead him off. But Abernathy's done really good. He's had 4 hits in 2 nights up in that slot. And he had 2 more walks to go along with it tonight, too. This dude is showing, yeah, he's ready, because he did some good things against Florida, and he's doing them against Bama. Other than, I still can't figure out how he got caught stealing. But I will say this, too. An Alabama catcher is good. He is a good catcher, and he's very good with his release and getting it to second. But Abernathy's doing his thing. Curley, some of us start saying, do you move him? I said, let's give him through the rest of the weekend. Good night for him tonight, 2 for 4, because we need him. We need him up there. Something last weekend, I didn't like it when they pulled Levi Clark out of the game. Tonight, I thought it was the right call. Levi Clark had another rough night, 0 for 3 strikeouts. I think you got to set him tomorrow. I don't think you can run him back out there tomorrow. Let him have a day to get his head. He's going to still be big down the stretch. He's going to have some big hits this year. Right now, he's hitting a freshman wall where you're facing good pitchers. You're facing really good coaches. And with that uppercut swing, they're going to plan around that some. I'm telling you, a part of me wondered along the way with that swing if teams wouldn't figure him. We've seen it every year with guys. Remember back Blake Burke a couple years ago. Teams and then you saw what he did last year. There's going to be those moments with him for Clark, but I still expect Clark to bounce back. But I love that Bargo pinch hit one off the wall, one hop the fence, scored Andrew Fisher, which was a big run. And then he came back in the 8th inning, bases loaded, and had a 2-run single as well. 2 for 2, 3 RBIs for Bargo tonight. That was big. His average went up, 31 points tonight with those 2 hits. I thought that was a really, really big thing for him. And I think, that's got to put him back in the lineup tomorrow. Marin made some things happen tonight, getting on base. He scored a run. Antigua had a hit tonight. Now, some of the negatives tonight, 14 strikeouts, 10 left on base. Clark, Chapman, each had 3 strikeouts. Stone Lawless had 4. I'm one on that, especially if you're rotating some guys. I don't know that I'll send him back out tomorrow after a 4 strikeout night. I'd probably go back to Peebles unless, you really switched it up, went Bargo at catcher and then move somebody else in, because I wonder with some of these guys at some point, if you get numerous guys struggling, could a Blake Grimmer get an opportunity? He seems the most like, I mean, Chris Newstrom's a guy I wouldn't mind seeing get some opportunity as well. But a Blake Grimmer, this dude, anytime he's called upon, and it's not been against SEC pitching, but he's still delivered. Maybe at some point you give him that opportunity as well. But rubber match tomorrow, 2:00 Eastern time. Alabama will throw Bobby Alcock. He was the SEC co-pitcher of the week last week with Marcus Phillips. 7 innings, 8 strikeouts. He had a really good outing against Texas A&M last week. So Tennessee's facing a tough pitcher. Tennessee, and unless they've named it up to this point, which I hadn't seen anything. Let me look real quick while I'm looking through it here. I know people are speculating as well. Eric Kane posted that here's what he said. Tony Vitello does not announce a Game 3 starter, but says Tegan Kuhns will be used in some way. I don't really know. I'm not sure why we wouldn't start him tomorrow, to be honest. I don't see any other way. I think you go Kuhns to Arvidsson, and you've possibly got Loy. He threw 10 tonight. You've got Tanner Franklin. He only threw 7. You could go, Banky didn't throw many pitches tonight. And I think Braden Krenzel, I think you could possibly use him at some point. I've been impressed with him and what he's done so far. And he's kind of, to me, a right-handed version of Loy. I don't think he has as much break on his pitches. Around the same speed, throws good off-speed stuff. He's a guy I think could be a big part of the weekend as well. So I think that's your options. They were warming Combs up at the end of the night. I still don't know that I want to see Combs on the weekend. The way he hangs pitches, ETSU made him pay the other night for Alabama will light him up on it. And I'm not saying he doesn't have the talent or anything. I'm just not seeing enough right now. I've seen too many hanging pitches that I think SEC competition will be absolutely feasting on as well. That's where I go with it tomorrow. And but I'm not the coach either. We'll see what the game plan possibly is tomorrow. Rubber match of the season. First one for Tennessee. First season, obviously the first time they've lost on a weekend all season. You got to think they really want to get out here because from what I've heard, they were pretty pissed last night with Alabama's action. There were some tensions last night. So Tennessee wants this one tomorrow, especially after last year losing to them and losing to them on Thursday night as well. We'll be with you. I'll record something tomorrow when the game's. I'll record a recap video. Tomorrow night, Carrie and I'll be live. Tennessee UCLA game. Probably be closer to midnight when we go live. Sunday, I'll be live. Tennessee Lady Vols, Ohio State as well. Like I said, hopefully we'll be live a couple more weekends, at least for basketball, and we can keep going with that. But make sure you hit the like, the share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. And, please make sure you check out the links in the description for channel memberships, for the Patreon, or if you just want to say thanks, there's the super thanks button in the bottom right-hand corner. But this is Frank. This is the House of Orange Sports Channel. And last but not least, go Vols.